guys? So here we have a match of our semifinals that happened in Northridge this weekend. On our left we have Daniel Collins, and on our right we have Admasu Williams. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know, but let's hope so. And Daniel Collins is playing Zoroark, Decidueye, and Admasu is playing Zoroark, I believe Golisopod. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, Golisopod. If I remember correctly, yeah. So here we see. Sorry about the lighting. It's just where it ended up positioning. Um, that's why I'm here to let you know of all the things that are going on. So we have Danny Collins. He opens up Zoroark or Zora, and then he Tapu Lilis for a Sycamore, and he gets 2 more Zorars and an Espeon EX, which is really good start for him. And we have Admasu, which opened up Lele, which isn't that great. But he ends up Bridgeting and getting the 2 Zoras and the Golisopod. I will have you know that Admasu is new to the scene. He's not that highly of a competitive player. I think this is his first year competing, and this is his first go at Zoroark Golisopod. So for him to make top 4 at our League Cup is very impressive, and more than likely we're going to see more of him in the days to come. So then he attaches DCE and passes. Daniel Collins is evolving his Zoroark to Zoroark. He actually evolved 2 of them. So he's playing trade, and then he retreats and brings up Zoroark and does 100 damage. So 20 for itself, and then 20 for each Pokemon on the bench. So he has 4, that's 80, 100. Here we see Admasu evolve one of his Zoroarks into Zoroark. He plays trade, he draws 2 cards. He attaches DC to Zoroark. He's contemplating on what to play. He plays a Coco, but doesn't let go of it, so picks it right back up. Play the Ultra Ball. More than likely gonna discard that Coco that he just revealed, because at that point it's like, I'm not gonna tell my opponent what I have in my hand. He does get Ultra Ball Lele, Guzma. He plays the Guzma and kills a Zoroark because he has a total of 4 plus itself, so 100 damage, and that knocks out the Zoroark. Yeah. Daniel Collins brings up his Zoroark that has a DC, and I believe that's a choice span. Can't really tell through the lighting, I'm sorry guys. And he swings and does actually just 100 damage. Or, wait, yeah, no. Look at Daniel Collins being such great sport, sharing this dice with his opponent. Amasu plays trade, draws 2 cards. He plays Ace Roller, brings up his Zoroark, plays the Zoroark that he just picked up, evolves the Zoroark, and attaches Choice Band, plays a Wimpod, attaches DC to Zoroark, plays Trade, and ends up doing plays a Hand Hammer, gets rid of that DC, and then attacks for a whopping 150, I believe. So we see Daniel Collins Ultra Ball for Dartrix, Field Blower, or trades the Field Blower, I guess he's not using it. Attaches DC, and attacks for damage. He's doing 130, I believe. I believe that's a choice band, but I might be mistaken. Can't really tell because of the lighting. Kind of light bugs me. I should have done something about it when I got the chance. So Moose does trade. He's calculating to see what the best play is here. Um, he might be threatened by that Dark Tricks that's on the bench, so he's kind of concerned. So yeah, he evolves his Zoroark. Uh, he evolves his Zoroark. His trade touches an energy to his Golisopod. So that Golisopod's first impression is ready to go. Yeah, so we see him retreat here with the Zoroark, and he brings up the Golisopod, does 120, knocks out that Zoroark, gets 2 prizes off of it. Danny Collins brings up his Tapu Koko. Danny Collins involves his Decidueye with an Evo Soda. Uh, I really can't tell what that is. Rescue Stretcher? No. Maybe? Uh, oh, he used this GX and he got 3 cards back from his discard pile. That's what happened there. Sorry guys. The lighting really throws me off. I have to like kind of like squint my eyes to kind of try to make out the things here. So trust me, if you guys are having trouble with it, I am as well. So Admus plays trades again. Discards that Mewtwo. I guess he was running Mewtwo for Buzzwole and the Wimpod. Attaches energy to his other Golisopod, so that one's ready for first impression 2-hit knockout. Plays a Guzma, brings up Tapu Koko, brings up that Zoroark, and knocks it out, which is surprising. I would think you would want to bring up the Golisopod, but I guess not, because the Golisopod kind of gets stuck up there if you don't have a Float Stone ready, or the other Guzma to go off. So Daniel Collins played N. That Decidueye is ready to attack. Or is it? Yeah. So he did 20 to the bench, Golisopod, and then Razor Arrow for 90. Sorry guys, it's really early. And I'm exhausted. My apologies. And Moose does trade. Or just, yeah, double trade. That's what I saw him do. See, for you guys, it looks like minutes, but in reality, it's taking these guys like a good chunk of minutes to figure out what to play, because it's so intense to be in the top tables, and you kind of want to know what the best play is, you know, because one mistake will cost you the game, and then you're gonna be upset later on. So yeah, so EA Sorola's does first impression, does 122 that Decidueye. Danny Collins plays special charge, throws his energy back into his deck, and then plays N. So Admus is gonna draw 2, and Collins is gonna draw 6. Collins is really behind, but hopefully he can turn this around. Hopefully these 6 cards help him out, which they probably will. We haven't seen any work from that what's it called? That Espeon. But we see him here play Max Potion, heals up everything that he has on the bench, attaches DC to the Zoroark, and attacks for 120. Which was a really strong move on Daniel Collins' behalf, which is really good. This will probably apply the pressure that it needs in order for him to kind of take off. Emily's plays trade, gets 2 cards. He's now contemplating of what the next move is, because the next move is so important. And then he plays his Zoroark, which has the stand-in ability. Searching this card, probably thinking of what the play is. Plays Enhance Hammer, discards the energy from the Zoroark, draw 7 cards off his Sycamore. I think he showed a Field Blower, which he couldn't use because there's nothing to Field Blower away. Puts Choice Band and energy on his Golisopod that's on the bench. Just does the stand in to bring up the Zoroark, and he attacks for a whopping, what is it, 30 for each on the bench, so 150 plus 10 for itself, 160, which is really good for one prize attacker. So the Espeon, he brings up the Espeon, and here's where it gets really awesome. So he de-evolves everything, and he takes 3 prizes. This was the best play of the day, like hands down. This is what Daniel Collins does. He waits patiently, strategically puts his opponent against the wall without them knowing, and just pulls the rug right under them. Admus was so confused and so like in shock. He was like, "What just happened? How did I almost go from winning this game to giving my opponent 3 prizes and losing like a good chunk of my bench?" So this is where Daniel Collins kind of turns it around, and we're gonna see how this game 1 ends up. This is all game 1. Um, so we see at moves, he evolves his Zoroark GX, attaches DC to it, and he plays N. So they're both gonna shuffle. He's gonna draw 2 cards. Oh, Collins played N, and Moose had attack when I was, I guess, talking. Uh, he does Feather Arrow, does 4 damage on that Lele, and then swings on that Zoroark. Plays Puzzle, looks at the top 3, rearranges them. I don't think he's too happy with those 3 cards. Or maybe he is, because he looked at them second time around. Trade, grabs the Zoroark, trade, grabs 2 more cards. At this point in time, it can be anybody's game. Plays Guzma. So pull up. Oh, yeah, this was the move where he was 10 short. Because he could have killed the Espeon, but he's 10 short. So he pulls up, I believe that's a Lele. Or another Zoroark. Snipes that Lele on the bench. So Daniel Collins is at 1 prize. Turns this thing around. Um, and then he Guzmas up the Lele and brings up his Decidueye to kind of get it out of harm's way. So he plays Acerola and brings up his Zoroark back to his hand. He plays another Zoroark. He plays Zora. And here, Daniel Collins scoops it up because he then realizes he doesn't have any energy left in his deck. So he'd rather pass the turn, pass the game, and go to game 2 and try to kind of win out. But a lot of time is already passed in the round, so it's going to be really hard for Daniel Collins to come around. But we're going to see if he can pull this off. And again, this is Moose's first tournament, uh, not official tournament, but this is one of his first time stopping, I think. And he's also new to the Pokemon community, so it's great to see new players pick up a card game and exceed at it. So it's gonna be great to see him continue on playing in our tournaments and stuff and be part of our community. So Danny Collins is going first. He benches a Zora and passes turn. Here we see and Moose play Ultra Ball. Discards a Hammer, which is kind of weird because hammers are kind of the reason why you won the last game. So I don't know why you would be discarding them. I guess that I'm in the discard pile so you can bring them back with Ultra Ball or with not Ultra Ball with Puzzle. But even so, like um, I wouldn't discard those that early in the game, you know. If especially since they won me the match last time. So he retreats his Wimpod, attaches a Grass Energy, and passes turn. So here we see Danny Collins is going to evolve Zoroark, attach a DC, I believe, benches Espeon, benches a Rowlet, and activates Float and puts a Glowstone on it, and then he attacks, killing that Zoroark. His opponent evolves a Zoroark, has a Golisopod up and running on the bench. He plays Ultra Ball. Or he's plays Ultra Ball. He's searching, gets another Zora. Plays Trade. Benches another Zora. Attaches a Grass Energy to Wimpod. I guess he didn't get the DC, which would have been really good. And then passes turn. So Danny Collins, his Evosoda evolves his Rowlet into Dartrix. So I don't really know what's going on. Oh, time has been called. That's right. That's what happened. So what happened here? I was like, what's going on? How come no one's doing anything? What happened here? Time was called, and they start trying to explain like what happened in time. So for those of you that don't know, when time is called, whoever won the first game, if your opponent doesn't win the second game, you automatically win. But if your opponent takes 4 prizes, that means they have 2 prizes remaining, and you haven't taken any prizes, they win the game, and then you go into sudden death. And if you guys saw my videos last week, you guys know what sudden death is. It's not fun. Well, it is fun. It kind of makes you think very carefully of what to do, and I didn't do that, and it cost me finals. But yeah. Anyways, so that's what's going down. So they're in time. Danny Collins is gonna try to take 2 more prizes because he's almost there. We see that Moose plays an N. Plays a hammer, discards a DC from the Zoroark. Probably drinking coffee. I'm like, falling asleep here, guys. Traits. Gets rid of that Mewtwo that he absolutely does not need. Retreats. And or I don't know what's going on. So it's Danny Collins' move. He Ultra Balls for Decidueye. trades, gets rid of a Dartrix, trades again, gets rid of Killblower, and he realizes that he can't win it, and he shakes his hand. So yeah, guys, that was our match for semifinals. I'm sorry if my commentating for this one was a little sloppy. It's kind of hard to see what's going on with your camera not being angled correctly, and that's 100% my fault. I should have angled it correctly, double checked it, like at least triple checked it maybe. But yeah, that was the match for semifinals. Admus takes the win and he goes off to finals. Stay tuned. A little bit after this, I'm gonna have the video up for finals. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.